So you'll be shocked at how many people forfeit their goals, their dreams for a rejection from somebody. I'm talking about like they would literally have a goal and a desire and a passion to take a business and scale that business to fund their entire life, but they are crippled over the opinions of other people.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook it with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll.
What's going on, guys? This is John Manning. So I wanted to talk about how people are crippled over the opinions of other people and even the negative responses that they might receive. People will have goals and desires and dreams to really scale their business throughout the whole country, and they would forfeit the activity levels of doing that because they are nervous over somebody that might have a negative review, or they might not like it, or maybe this might not be good. So they don't push as hard, they don't go as hard because they feel crippled over that negative feeling. Number one, negative reviews is a part of growth, right? And if you're ever going to scale huge, look at the most favorite song that you've ever listened to in life. Like one of those songs that you know that it's hard for somebody to not like this song. It's just that good. And look at the comments on YouTube and you will see a bunch of negative reviews on that song that you can't even like perceive somebody liking. That's just a part of being big, right? And I don't believe in crippling myself or my goals for other people, especially like what Darren Hardy said, for people that will make a decision on whether or not they're gonna go to your burial based on the weather that day. Right? Like, these are not the people that you need to focus a lot of your attention on in terms of their opinions. You have to understand that the world of business, it comes with people that's gonna love it and people that's not gonna love it. It comes with yeses and it comes with nos. And once you understand that metrics, then it's easy for you to now know what activity levels you should do, because the reality of the matter is there's more people that love it than don't love it, right? There's more people that are for you than are not for you. You're probably just crippled over the one or two people that just didn't like it, and now you're like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. Man, just focus on the people that love it and just continue getting better over and over and over. There's a term called law of averages, right? And you know, I'm a big sales guy, right? I have a sales organization. So law of averages equates to, it pretty much talks about the more no's lead me to my yes, right? And if you understand the law of averages, it's a law just like the law of gravity, right? You don't need to believe the law of gravity. If you jump off the bridge, you'll be a believer on the way down if you weren't a believer, right?
Well, that's not a good idea.
It equals out. Like everything has its equal measurement, right? So if you know, I say this all the time, if you take the most ugliest guy in the world, right, and you put him in the club of the 100 of the most beautiful women in the world, and his goal is to come out with a date, all he needs to do is speak to every single female in there. Somebody's gonna look at this knucklehead and be like, no problem, I'm gonna do it. It's just law of averages. Everybody's not gonna say no, right? This is why you go on YouTube and you see these people that will jump on and they will say, hey, I'm gonna go on the boardwalk this morning and I'm gonna get somebody to give me a kiss today. And then of course you get started the video and you see a bunch of people say no and walk past them and stuff like that, right? And then guess what happens in the video? Eventually you start seeing people say, sure, yeah, no problem, right? Because everybody's not gonna say no. Your job is to speak to enough people, to get your business out there to enough people so that you can even understand what that average is. Because that person out there might say, well, for every 50 people I spoke to, I got a kiss, right? And if I do that every day, then I would know that if I need to train somebody, I would just say, ask 50 people and somebody will say yes and somebody will give you a kiss. There's a metrics in your business, even in customers saying no to you or not liking your product. So you will know that, okay, cool, for every 10 new customers, 3 of them is not gonna like it. You know what I mean? For every 100 new customers, I might get 1 negative review. You know, that's totally fine. You know what I mean? That's all a part of the metrics. So if I know that's a part of my averages, why would I get discouraged when I get the negative review? Why would I get discouraged when I get the no? If it's a part of the averages where I get 7 yeses, 3 nos, and if I times that by 10, I get 1 negative review, then that means, and I want to scale my business now to be huge, and I know that, okay, for 1,000 people now buying my product, guess what? Now that's 10 negative reviews now. but now I'm scaling my business. So when I get the 10 negative reviews, it's a part of my averages, right? So I'm not crippling my energy levels, my business for anything like that. I'm literally saying, okay, as long as the averages are working more in my favor, because it'll be another thing if you get 10 new customers, 9 negative reviews, and 1 yes, then something's off. But even that you can still scale. You just know that you'll get a lot more negative reviews, a lot more work, right? But if the metrics is, hey, majority of the people love this thing, you know what I mean? Like I have a restaurant, right? So guess what? People walk in, they try the jerk chicken sandwich. A lot of people say they like it, right? And then one person walks in and says, this is horrible, it got no flavor. Cool. Now we have a certain amount of metrics to this one, right? It'd be different now if I walked in and everybody's like, this is horrible, John. Now it's like, hold on, what happened, right? Like, you know, so as long as the metrics are working in your favor and the averages are working in your favor, you have to understand that there is an average here. Everybody's not gonna say yes and everybody's not gonna say no either. And once you understand what those metrics are, you can put yourself in a position to scaling your business and not being crippled over opinions or people not liking it. It's not for everybody. You're not for everybody. That's totally fine. You can cater to the people that you are for.